We here. Now, for those of you that don't know what a pre-trial conference is, pre-trial conference is um where they review the evidence to see if they have enough evidence to even have a case. Like you might get your case dismissed at a pre-trial conference. Or you might find out if you're cooked at a pre-trial conference. You know what I'm trying to say? So, some people, when they know they're guilty as hell, they waive their pre-trial conference. But we gonna have this one. Now, I took a little break from content. I'm back. I'm taking this case pro bono. I'm doing what I haven't seen anybody do. I'm defending ears. But we can't come to trial with your defense the way you have it. So we have to tighten it up. You know, I'm taking this case pro bono, but there is a payment. The payment is a question. The payment is a question. How's it feel? How's it feel, Ears? Because, and then it's another reason why I'm taking this case. It's personal to me. I can feel your pain. I know what you're going through. Want to know why? Because the same thing happened to me on the panel. But guess what? What you're saying that Kwame did to you, you did to me. I got it on video. I have a video of it. Same type of video you did. I had to do one to clear my name, to let everybody know I wasn't tripping. I understand your pain. So there's nobody on the internet that can represent you but me. Right or wrong. So we have to go through the wrong. And so it was because I watched y'all. So it's almost like what I'm about to play and show you, you don't get. Because you were so busy trying to defend yourself. Let me defend you. I got you. You were so busy trying to defend yourself that you missed this. So I'm going to play you for you to let you know what you did wrong and how this blew up. Okay? Now, here we go. Let me make it a little bigger.
That means I was hurt, chilling. Right? We can see that. 82 games, you played 55 games. So
who got pumped in the locker room?
Throughout the season, we went to game is Philip. We played.
Now, take note. Kwame is asking him consistently, who got pumped in the locker room? Who got pumped in the locker room? He's trying to clear that shit up. I ain't even speaking on that because I'm letting Kwame clear that shit up.
Right. Now, I took notes, Ears. This is where you messed up first. Because in your explanation that we're not bringing to court, you said, I'm not even thinking, you know what I'm talking about. You said, I wasn't even thinking about that because you checked him about it and we moved past it. They never moved past it. And the reason why he was consistently asking him about it, like you just said, is because he was trying to present the fact that this man was lying and assaulting his character. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason why he was over and over asking him about it. But I'm about to show you why you shouldn't have felt like this is where you messed up. I'm about to show you why you shouldn't have felt like it was over and why what you said was the wrong thing to say when you said it, even though your explanation of what you were trying to say makes sense, but it was still the exact wrong thing to say. I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to show you.
Hold on.
May not know, simply because you looked at a man say that he gonna shoot the ball as me being pumped. Okay, let me fill in some gaps for you, sir. You didn't see.
Now, as y'all can take note of, Kwame is about to check him on the whole punk thing. Ears does not need to go back over and, you know what I'm saying, go over about somebody saying he being pumped. Ears don't need to have to go back over that shit.
Okay, my question. It's rhetorical too. Then why did you do it? That's what your intent was. We're not bringing this to court. It's why we got to have a pretrial conference so we can get all of the kinks out your story. Listen, that's what you did. You just said, Ears doesn't have to go back over it. But that's what you did, Ears. You went back over it. In the middle of him, I'm going to show you.
He's going over the whole you being punk thing.
Now, buddy, okay. And I'm going to show you that it never got cleared up. This is why you messed up. Because you said I thought we was over it. I'm going to show you that it was clearly never over it at all, one bit, for you to think that it was over with. That is where you messed up the most out of everything you did. That's your number one screw up, Ears.
I got to run in here real quick, y'all, and fill out some paperwork real quick. So I'm going to let this play so y'all can hear it in fullity without me expounding over it. And then when I come back out here, I'm going to go over it.
Right, because we got to revise your story anyway. We don't need you to expound till you finish talking to your lawyer. I got this. We going iron out the kinks in your story. Man.
Y'all let it ride. Hopefully y'all don't get kicked out while I'm inside. I need about 5 minutes.
Jerry Stackhouse about to fight Michael Jordan because he told him he ain't gonna be his fucking Scottie Pippen. Because I saw what he went through after coming from Detroit, being the 6th man of the year, busting motherfucking ass, to having to take a back seat to a 39, 40-year-old Asian player that they featured and gave the ball to every goddamn day, like they do your homeboy LeBron, sir. So
stop. Hold on. I just want to clear this. I just want to add this up just in case Carcino see this video. The reason why they do that to LeBron is because he's a great assist man. He's still averaging 30. He was a little different than Michael Jordan at 38. He's still putting up the numbers at 38. But I just want to add that in for Carcino. But go ahead.
They wanted to make it about Michael Jordan's return when we all know Michael Jordan was over the fucking hill.
We right.
Now, you're talking about a year where you come in, where you didn't see this man have to take a back seat, his knee hurting, have to sit out of practice because Doug fucking with him. So when he lashed out at me, you want me to fight him, huh? No.
Yep. Let me interject right there, Kwame. It was a rhetorical question, but let me answer it because, yes, he wanted you to fight Gary Payton at the damn Big Three for the coach for not giving you minutes. He's got a problem. See, this that y'all doing? Y'all let him off the hook for saying some of the dumbest shit that I've ever heard a person say out their mouth. That whole thug that trolls, just like he was glorifying being a man. Y'all let him get away with that. I would no. I should do it. Never mind.
I didn't talk while you were talking. No, you said I got punked. Where I was a 19-year-old and I broke my hand at the University of Florida. And David Stern pulled me into.
Hold on, Ears. What's coming up is important, bro, for our case, because this is the reason why you shouldn't have said what you said when you said it.
A meeting
and why your explanation is going to be unacceptable in court. So we're not going to bring it there.
Office and said, you're the #1 draft pick. Remember how you just ate your own ass up? And you just said if you were the #1 draft pick, you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that?
Yeah.
I didn't talk while you was talking, sir. Now, I don't want to drop you, but I'm going to drop you because I'm going to finish my point. I don't need.
He's mad. He's mad. Like, yeah, he's mad right now. You see that? Like, he just asked him a question, and then when he answered it, he hit him with the pinky. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. He's mad. So you got to understand people. He's upset right now because Gilbert just attacked his character.
I need you to interrupt me.
And I'm adding the and for a major point, Ears, because you're going to get to it.
This shit, you don't know what you're talking about. But you just ate your own ass up. As the #1 draft pick, I broke my hand before I entered the league in the University of Florida. I broke my hand in the 8th bone in my wrist. That caused a meeting with David Stern. David Stern said the same shit he told you. If I ever catch you fighting in my league again, I'm going to make sure I void your contract. So just because you bitch ass niggas was running your motherfucking mouth, that don't got nothing to do with me being no motherfucking punk. Now, one of you bitch ass niggas outside of that arena ever step to me like a man on nothing, nigga. And if you think I'm gonna void my contract because you niggas order in the league, nigga, you got life fucked up. But this is real life though. Any one of you niggas want to line it up, then stop all this motherfucking internet talk.
So I wasn't lying.
You ain't got no.
Did you hear that, Ears? I know you gone. I know you gone in the store right now. But did you hear what he just said? Did you hear Gilbert Arenas?
Battle scars, you ain't.
It's important that you heard Gilbert Arenas right there, because that's why your explanation is unacceptable, fam. He said, so I wasn't lying. He never backed off of saying that he got punked. You're going to continue to hear him still say it. So therefore, when you say, I get what you're saying, you were aligning, whether you were agreeing or not, you were aligning yourself with his views because they weren't past it. So you cannot come to court and say, oh, I thought we was past that, because Ears, they were literally not past it. And Gilbert is going to double down some more after this. So it's like, I'm going to give you another analogy. You didn't do this, but it's a different analogy of something that happened so people could cling on to. It's like the Michael B. Jordan thing with L'Oreal, right? Eva Marcel called him corny. She never called him corny, right? But what she did was started to tell her own story. Like, yep, we used to pick on him. And when we was in school, yep, we used to pick on his name. But look, so when he said, you call me corny, she like, no, I didn't. But she aligned herself with those views. She started speaking at the wrong time. When somebody's trying to disrespect me, somebody that knows me don't need to start saying, I feel what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Now, I know what you talk. I'm your lawyer, so I know what you were saying that you get. I watched your video. I watched you. I know what you were trying to say. But there's a major but here. Kwame's telling you, and he already told you this multiple times in person, but I'm telling you as your lawyer, he's telling you that you can't know what he's saying because his story is rooted in some bullshit. So whether you, and we're going to get to what your rebuttal, we're going to get to that. So whether you feel what he's saying or not, you can't feel what he's saying because he's saying some unfillable shit. That's what Kwame was mad at you about. That's why he was mad at you. That's why you cannot say you thought they was past it in court. You cannot say that because the evidence that you keep bringing to court that I'm watching, we're watching together as a lawyer and client, is going to show that they weren't past it, fam. So you shouldn't have thought they was.
Got nothing to prove you like what you talking about, nigga. So I got 2 motherfucking boxing fractures and the 8 bone in my motherfucking wrist broke, bitch ass nigga. You ain't got no battle scars about nothing, nigga. You just talking, nigga.
Not to mention the stuff you for getting
Hold on.
So you get patted down like a stripper?
No, nigga. So I did not say anything wrong.
Ears, you hear that? He said that he got punked by Jerry Stackhouse. So when he says, I did not say anything wrong, after you said Kwame checked him, okay, cool. But he's still not checked. He's still saying it. And they're still arguing about it. So at what point, I'm asking you this rhetorically, at what point did you feel like they were past it? Because they never got past it, fam. They did not.
My mentality changed at a certain point.
You wrong because you a dummy, nigga.
I'm not saying what you did or
about shit in the locker room, nigga. You judge the man based on rules in the locker room. Jerry Stackhouse got 49 million for them people, nigga. I'm under a rookie deal. You think that means somebody a punk because they can't beat the motherfucker up that got the most money, you dummy?
Will, did I say
You've been protected by them white boys so much, you don't understand, nigga, real life. You've been protected by the white boys, nigga. You ain't got no protection of white boy right now, though.
Will, did I say it? I said when my mentality changed, right?
I get what you're saying, though, Gil.
Okay. So when
if you're trying to explain to try to get me to understand, I definitely get what you're saying.
Like I said, there's a situation.
I can do both. I can hear.
No, you can't. You cannot do both right now. Because you either are listening to a story that Kwame is saying some bullshit, or you're letting him land his plane that is some bullshit. You can't do both. It's you can't do both, and that's the reason why it backfired, because you thought you could do both, but you couldn't. I'm gonna show you why. I'm about to show you why you can't do both, though. I'm gonna show you why you can't do both.
But he's trying to get off, but I have a rebuttal. I wanted
No,
to
you
say,
don't. You don't really have a rebuttal, fam. I'm about to tell you why.
how are you gonna say that this man is not gonna try to blame the man for not trying to fight the the veteran, and he's a rookie, or he's still under his rookie contract?
Now, let me ask you a question, another rhetorical one, from attorney to client. How is that your rebuttal when Kwame already said that? So this is why he's saying you didn't need to be talking. That's why he said that at this moment, because your rebuttal he had already said. So you just interjecting some shit that Kwame had already said to him. It wasn't going to land no different if you said it. He had already said it. Like, nigga, I broke a bone in my finger. David Stern told me I couldn't fight. Nigga, I was on a rookie contract. He was making $40 million. You was making 60. I was about to fight the nigga with the most money on the team. And you said your rebuttal was, is he going to fight the dude with the most money on the team, the rookie contract? You just repeating him. He didn't need you to. This is why he's mad. This is why he was mad. We gonna get to where he was wrong at in a second. But this is why he's mad. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't have said that at that moment. They were never past it. And your reasoning for what you said was, at that moment, I felt like they was past the punking shit. When Gilbert Arenas, just 20 seconds before that, has said, I didn't say nothing wrong. So they weren't past it. And they weren't past it, and that's why Kwame was still mad. And at that moment, you shouldn't have interjected nothing. You just shouldn't have.
That was what I wanted to come back with.
Listen, you just want to fucking cry.
I don't want to hear all this shit you talking about crying. I'm listening to the shit you saying out your mouth. Why you talking while I'm talking? I'm gonna pull you down. You're not gonna talk while I'm talking, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you give it arenas or whoever you is. You trying to frame it in a way like you saw something in me, bitch ass nigga, that made you think it was okay to be brawling against.
See, he's still mad, Ears. You done already said what you said. He's still pissed. So your assessment was wrong, clearly. So you thought they was past it, but clearly the hell they wasn't, bro. This is where you messed up at.
Disrespectful. When you know how this shit works. So Ears, you don't know what the fuck you talking about when you understand what the fuck you saying.
Well, how you gonna hold on.
No, bro, you don't understand what you're talking about.
But you ain't gonna tell me like I'm not a grown man.
I'm gonna tell you that you don't know
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, bro,
you don't know what you're talking about.
What the man saying out of his mouth, I'm saying
What he's saying is cap, bro.
Whether it's cap or not, I see what the
It don't need to be said.
That's what I said, but you don't have to tell me that I don't.
Right. You can't see what he's trying to say if it's cap. You know what I'm saying? It's made up. So how do you see what he's trying to say when he's trying to say some shit that is not seeable?
I'm telling you, you wasn't there, so you don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
I'm saying what the man is telling. I'm saying what the man is saying. I hear you. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, do you understand the way the NBA works?
I wasn't in the NBA.
So that's why I said you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm listening to 2 million.
You're not listening. You're listening to one little insecure boy.
No, brother, no, I'm listening, and I was about to respond to him and trip up before you told me
You're
what
not letting me finish what I'm saying to get you a better understanding.
Now, I need somebody to tell me when Ears get to finish a goddamn sentence.
When they finish talking about something personal. You don't know Ernie Grunfield. You never met Jerry Stackhouse. Like, you don't know these people. So, like, you can finish a sentence when they're done talking about something personal. He just personally attacked Kwame and said something happened in a locker room with them. You can finish a sentence after they talk about that.
I got told that I was the one doing all the cutting off, but I can't motherfucking tell.
You was doing the cutting off after, but we'll get to that.
You listening to a boy that all he's come to the internet to do is try to belittle a man. So he's framing something in a way to make it seem like he saw something in me the day Jerry Stackhouse said something and that I was supposed to respond with violence.
And you said you feel what he's saying. You get it. Not saying you agree, but what is it? It ain't an agreement, but it's a I feel what you said. That's what he said, and he doubled down and then tripled down on it. And you saying I feel you. And Kwame was like, nigga, why do you feel that? That's some bullshit.
So he saw something in me that made him shoot the ball every time. And then you come up here and say, I understand that.
No, I'm trying to respond. I'm trying to respond
like that.
You didn't need to respond right then. Right. He just told you. You just didn't need to respond right then, bro. It went off the rails because you didn't know how to diffuse it. You just wanted to make your point, but your point was unmakeable at the time because it was a heated situation at the moment when you said what you said.
You ain't giving me a chance to respond.
I'm gonna give you a chance to respond, but you talking
about to him. When I was talking, I was about to say something about to him.
He gonna let you talk. Like it's Kwame. He's gonna let you talk on the panel. You got the floor on his panel, but not right then. You didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, you're not about to. You just asked the question. Somebody let me know when ears could get a sentence off. You got the floor on his panel, bro. Don't act like you don't. So there's that, but not right then. You don't.
All right, but go ahead, man. You just said that they were talking over you, and all I'm saying is let me land my plane and let me tell you what.
And you talking over me, sir.
That means I was hurt.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to you. And me and this is what I'm saying to you. Listen, he's not talking over you. And I understand. I get it. When somebody's saying something to you, we'll call it correcting. We'll call it whatever you want to call it to make it feel like, whatever. When somebody's addressing you, that's what we call it. When somebody's addressing you directly, I know you feel like you want to come back and clap back at them, but you don't have to say it in the middle of them saying what they have to say to you. And that's what you did. He was talking to you. But just because he was talking to you, don't mean you have to talk in the middle of him talking. And then you're saying he's cutting you off. It sounds like deja vu. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that I wasn't letting people talk when I didn't even get 10 seconds to take. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm representing you. I feel where you're coming from. However, now here's where the case works in your favor. No court of law ever will accept Kwame's explanation of all I said was 2 F words. Like, and you can't tell a person, like, okay, you can't tell a person about their tone, but you also can't tell a person how to take it. You know what I'm saying? People can be like, oh, that's some effeminate shit. Okay. But a nigga still mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like niggas can name call around it all they want to. But if you feel a way about how somebody says something, then you feel a way about how a nigga says something. So you now can't invalidate somebody's feelings by saying all I said was an F word. Especially when we get into the B word and stuff like things that are normally fighting words. We can't now just say, we can say acting like, and then it's cool, because I could be wrong. I don't really remember exactly what Matt Barnes said, but then he said something like acting like, and you was jumping up and down like a trampoline on site over that. That was an invitation, wasn't it? Then he didn't say that. He said, want to do something. It was like an acting like type of comment. And it was fighting words, wasn't they? So if you tell somebody that they acting like a bitch, come on, man. No court of law is accepting that. That's just, I said acting like. And nobody's supposed to feel a way about that. So, and this is what I did a Facebook post about this. I said that people need to stop letting people shame them for being defensive. So Ears was being defensive, right? Okay. Kwame was being defensive. That's why this case is funny, because I don't think either one of them see where they were wrong at. I don't think either one of them see where they was wrong at. But Ears didn't have to argue his mute point at the time, because that's all it was. And for you to say that you felt like they was past it is irresponsible, because they weren't. They clearly weren't. So you misassessed that, and then you jumped in the middle of an argument agreeing with the ops at the wrong time. Even if it was just to make a point, the point had already been made. So you trying to repeat the point caused confusion, and that's how you know what Kwame is saying to you is right about you not being able to add nothing to the conversation. Because you just said it out your own mouth, Ears. The only thing you was about to say was what he had already said. So your rebuttal wasn't going to land more because you said it, bro. It wasn't going to happen, fam. So that's where you was wrong at. Now, and if you go back and look at the live chat from yesterday, when that situation was happening last night, I'm like, yo, I will come up when he was asking you about what you saying as a man. I don't know if you was busy or just didn't want to talk about it or was tired or whatever, but you weren't explaining or saying anything really. And I was like, yo, I will come up and be Ears' lawyer right now, because I feel him. Like a person can't just tell you how to take some shit. They can't tell you your intent doesn't matter to the person that's receiving it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I wasn't trying to offend you. I wasn't trying to be offensive. If a person's offended, you can't tell them that you wasn't trying to. You accidentally offended me. That's why it's called an accident. Nobody that hit a car was trying. I ain't gonna say nobody, but you know what I'm saying when I say that. You wasn't trying to hit that car. You hit him. It was an accident. So you accidentally offended him, Kwame. Now, it was his fault. Let's be clear. It was his fault that you accidentally offended him. And this is what I'm saying to you, Ears. It was your fault. So he offended you, but you jumped into the line of fire. It's kind of like getting hit, trying to break up some shit that you should have let go on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's it with this one. Yeah, so we can't go to trial with this explanation. You can't say you thought that they was past it, fam, because they wasn't. So, only thing we have in our favor to work off is the fact that, like, there's more audio. So you were only talking about his mentality part. And we can prove that in court. We can prove that you weren't agreeing with Gilbert, which means Kwame can't prove that you were in court. So you got that in your favor. But your defense of why you said it, you don't have to explain why you said it. See, this is why they say guilty parties don't testify. You don't need to testify because you're guilty. You are. And I just explained and showed you why you're guilty. So you don't need to testify. So everything that you've already said, we don't even got to worry about that. I'm gonna strike that around. We ain't gonna worry about that. We're gonna work around all of that and just work off the facts, because our case is rooted in what Kwame said. The facts can't be offensive. So he was mad, right? He was mad. He told you don't know what the fuck you talking about in a way that made you feel a way because he was mad. But guess what? He was offended by what Gilbert said. But your case is facts. Your argument is that you weren't agreeing with him and you was only talking about a certain part, just a rebuttal. And we can prove that. So your involvement in this was rooted in facts. Okay, so the facts can't be offensive to tell you you don't know what the fuck you talking about in a way to where you felt like a nigga was mad at you. It's a difference with how you talk to somebody. He know that. So we can get you settled out of court. We can get you a lesser charge, but you can't come with this arrogance to court that you've been presenting on video, because you're gonna lose, bro, because you was wrong. What for saying that you felt like they was past it? That was wrong. They were not. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. Y'all can get past this. Like and then see, here's where, and I already said he shouldn't have said you was acting like a B. However, this is where he was saying you was cutting him off, because you was nitpicking little stuff where you could have just let him finish and then got your whole round off, instead of just trying to interject little points. I think it was something like he said, like, so Ears was lying saying he agreed with him and this, that, and the third, and the. And you like, man, I wasn't lying. I said this. That little stuff right there caused confusion when you could have just let him talk for about 30 more seconds and then be like, bro, what you mean I was lying? Because he wasn't going to do what you did. He wasn't going to cut you off because he would have already had got his bars all the way off. So your rebuttal in response to his bars, he ain't got no use but to sit there and let you respond. But you was trying to respond in the middle of him talking, and you literally did that to me when the Jamaican dude was wilding. I have it on camera. The Jamaican dude was wilding. And then when I went to correct him, you tried to correct me. So now I was arguing with him and you, just like Carmi ended up arguing with you and Gilbert. You see what I'm saying? This is why we here today. So it was a simple misunderstanding caused by people in the moment. Kwame felt like you was agreeing because you said, I see what you said, but you shouldn't have said that right then. So it all started because you said something that you didn't have to say. Bottom line, end the discussion, end of video. Y'all like and subscribe, man. That's what happened, fam. I'm trying to tell you what I assessed. So they weren't past it, bro. You shouldn't have said it at that moment. And I can understand, like I said, I can understand why you would have thought that from your perspective, but you need to understand why you shouldn't have thought that from the video's perspective. So that's it, y'all. Be good.